A quality crash bar should always offer as much protection as possible to the critical parts of your bike, providing multiple points of contact in a crash or tip-over scenario to allow the distribution of that impact to as many locations as possible. This approach will lessen the load to any one part of the bike. Our protection solution for the new Honda Africa Twin is both comprehensive and customizable to your needs. We made the system in 3 parts. The lower crash bar, which will take the first hit in a tip-over or low-side crash. Upper bars, which offer full coverage to the vulnerable radiator and expensive plastics up high on the bike. And finally, a sturdy reinforcement bar, which strengthens the system by tying the upper and lower bars together. This again allows for the distribution of load during large impacts, which are inevitable with a very capable but heavy off-road bike. Unlike other designs on the market, we worked hard to ensure the lower bars stay out of the way of the rider, while still providing excellent protection. The lower bars have a large contact plane when the bike is on its side. This spreads the impact to all the mounting points. The tight engine and frame configuration, along with the desire for good ergonomics, were the main reason to use the 1.25-inch diameter tube, which is twice as strong as 1-inch bars. Honda's clever and patented airbox location means the radiator is up high and further forward than on your typical ADV bike. As you can see, the upper bars completely protect the radiator and fairings on both sides. The upper bars also connect in the center under the nose of the bike, ensuring that load can be transferred to both sides of the system. This creates, additionally, locations for mounting auxiliary lights. The reinforcement bar ties the upper and lower bars together, making a roll cage-like structure which is engineered to survive the most brutal off-road crashes. One of our design axioms is your protection is only as good as your mounting points or system. You'll see this thinking throughout the design of the crash bar solution. We take full advantage of the frame rails and other solid mounting points to mount the crash bar system to the bike. For the lower crash bars, we mount inboard of the right foot peg. This location was not easy to get to from an engineering point of view, but it is the best place to mount the system. You'll see many solutions on the market that feature very tight bends at this location. Problem is, once a tube has a tight bend in it, it loses a majority of its strength. The lower bar will often be the first point of contact in a crash. Therefore, it's important to maintain a strong design. We also explored clamping to the frame, but under loads created during crashes, any clamp design would eventually begin to move and ultimately fail. Our tight manufacturing tolerances enable us to make a strong 4.8mm thick flange solution, which will receive and transfer impact directly to the lower frame, channeling that stress away from the motor. Up front, the bars will mount via a 4.8mm thick stainless steel bracket which bolts to the front of the bike frame. Another important aspect of mounting, which often gets overlooked, is hardware selection and thread engagement. When evaluating protection choices, be aware that mounts using a single M8 or a long piece of flat bar will not have much strength in a crash and will likely deform or fail. These kinds of solutions may not even protect during the first crash, let alone many adventures. Another major concern is a slip-fit bracket design, which has slots for the hardware instead of through-bolted. The direction of impact from most crashes will begin to move this bracket out of position because it is not through-bolted. Each time the mount begins to move, it weakens the bar's ability to protect and save the bike. This same slip-fit design uses an OEM bolt which isn't long enough after installation for full thread engagement. You will see that the nut is only half threaded. This is a risk we would not take with our design. We use 3/16 stainless steel mounting brackets which tie to the frame and provide stainless steel M10, M8 hardware to properly bolt those mounts to the bike. The center connection uses 4 M6 bolts to attach to the front subframe as well as the headstock of the motorcycle, ensuring a very solid connection to the frame of the motorcycle. Ergonomics are one of the most important aspects of adventure riding, or any type of riding at all. When we design our products, we always evaluate everything from the rider's perspective. Our crash bars stay out of your way. Down low on the right side, you won't have to worry about your boot contacting our crash bars, unlike many of the other solutions we've seen. This system is designed to be ridden comfortably in both seated and standing positions. As with all alt-rider crash bar products, These are made in the USA from 304 stainless steel. Our bars feature hand TIG welds, 3D CNC laser copes, and all of our bending is CNC mandrel bend to avoid the tube collapsing, yielding the greatest strength. We use 1¼ inch tube for the lower crash bars, since this will be the foundation for the protection. 1¼ inch tube yields double the strength of 1 inch with only a 10% increase in weight. The upper crash bars and reinforcement bar are made from 1 inch tube with the same .083 wall thickness, the thickest in the industry. Check the Altrider website to see what colors and kits are available.